to be considered an skilled Hybris e-commerce consultant, one has to first have an idea of why and how e-commerce helps businesses and our clients. See, that's an integral part of Accenture. We work towards solving a lot of business problems, and that's in an e-commerce domain. Of course, the more number of years you have worked on Hybris, the more you'll be knowledgeable and aware about the product. You know how to develop the functionality in Hybris. But I think what we are looking at is that you should have a much broader picture of e-commerce, how it helps an enterprise in their environment. More often than not, we provide solutions for enterprise systems, and e-commerce is just in part of it, right? So e-commerce solves a lot of problem for our clients, but it is operating in an enterprise. So now, knowing how to use these various content management systems with Hybris, how Hybris integrates with an ERP, payment, gateway, analytics tools, and so on, it allows us to understand a much broader spectrum of the strength. And that's what we are looking at and consultant, and that's what our customers are expecting from us, right? How Hybris can solve a multi-channel problem, how it caters to a B2B or B2C domain, and how it helps in providing business support via various modules of it. That's an integral part of Hybris. That's obviously is expected or from what we are doing, right? But understanding the overall philosophy and marrying it to a Hybris philosophy is important. Knowing all the features that Hybris provides is good. Even better is knowing these features to a little bit more detail in an integrated form, so that we can kind of make a complete e-commerce solution covering the scenarios end to end, right from commerce to content to analytics and everything in there, so that we create a very personalized purchase process, adding your products to a cart with the right promotion, right pricing, and a checkout in order to have a submission and final order fulfillment. But we're looking at something which is very holistic, and that's what we feel makes a complete Hybris consultant. Based on what role you are playing, you could either be extending the functionality that Hybris provides in the front end, service, business, and data layer, or integrating with the many systems that Hybris takes, or gives the data to, right? You could be gathering the requirements, mapping them to how Hybris can be used to implement those requirements in best possible way, and kind of suggesting the plugins to the customer to loop those holes which form a critical part of the solution. It really depends on what you are doing in a particular phase in a project. You could also be in a client-facing role, advising the clients on the third-party systems that work well with the Hybris, keeping in mind the implementation time and hence the cost. So that's an integral part of the role. You could be advising the technical architecture to the team on how to communicate with the external systems, how to integrate, or the infrastructure setup as per the best practices. So it really depends, what role you are playing. Possibilities are infinite. We work across the life cycle of e-commerce. For starters, Accenture sure gets special treatment from Hybris. With us being their only global strategic partner, it gives us a huge advantage. What it means for a Hybris expert in Accenture is that they get access to products much before anybody else in the industry. Then of course the depth and breadth of the exposure is unparalleled, from verticals like retail, CPG, healthcare, telecom, to e-commerce domains like B2B, B2C and marketplaces that integrate not only with traditional enterprise systems like SAP Siebel mainframe, but also with the newer technology gadgets like Google Glass, Galaxy Gear. These serve to challenge your technical capabilities and push a consultant really to think out of the box. Our entire culture within Accenture is such that you are never alone in your role delivering to a program. You have got product experts across the domain and across the geo. The ability to reach out to this vast network of connected people is very important and quite valuable. What I would also add is the idea of excellent training programs and our access to advanced technology labs of our product partners. We have internal university campuses around the world to focus on leadership style, managing teams and communication. So that's a great environment that Accenture provides you. Three things. First being respect for individual strength. Ever since I joined, I have noticed that people are very open to listening, acknowledging the strength that I come with and respect the same strength. Especially at senior positions, whenever a person joins a new company, the biggest fear he or she has is that all the personal credibility, they're kind of leaving behind with the earlier organization. But I felt the ecosystem in Accenture to be very supportive in this regard. Now the second thing is team support. People are key to any new joiner getting comfortable. I think everyone in Accenture gives you that support. At every meeting or a call, people often repeat, please reach out to me if you need help. And that's very comforting to a newcomer. And they really put you at the comfort with the system. Now the third thing is working together. What I felt is here people are very comfortable working together. They choose the best person to deliver a given job without worrying about personal gains or losses. Thus they are not hesitant in saying that other person can do this job better than they themselves. So that's three important things at Accenture.